Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to your November 2014 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. Just want to remind you to check out the video for your rising sign as well, as I always do, so I can give you a bit more information about what may be going on for you in November. Of course, you can also schedule a consultation with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Just drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you want to set up an appointment. If there's any issue or concern that you have, we can definitely take a look at that, and it will be specifically for you, rather than like these videos which are for thousands of Pisces and Pisces rising. But let's jump in here, Pisces, and take a look at what November holds for the fishes. Let's see what that's on here. Oh, interesting. There's one rune I keep getting for everyone. So and we're all connected. So when that happens, I'm always like, everybody's dealing with something somewhat of the same theme here. Okay. Let me lay out the tarot cards, and that'll give us a bit more information from their perspective here. Okay. Well, Pisces, the challenge around for you in November has to do with forgiving someone who hurt you. Yeah, and this could be something that happened in October, because we did have those eclipses and that really heavy kind of energy. Unfortunately, I'm filming these in October, and I'm still right in the midst of it, as I'm sure some of you maybe when you watch this, if you're watching on the October side specifically. But yeah, so yeah, it has been a heavy month, and so if something happened where you found out something that someone was hiding from you, or maybe they revealed what they said were their true feelings, and it just really, with the Three of Swords, that's always just, someone cut you. They broke your heart. And this could be recent, this could be in the past, because those eclipses that have been going on, it's been like a year cycle. But, with Mercury retrograde, this could be somebody that came back in that hurt you from ages ago. And it does not have to be a romantic relationship. Everybody always assumes that. A relationship means anyone that you have a connection with. Friendship, family members, parents, children, siblings. So yeah, for a lot of you, this will be a male energy that, hurt you. So a brother, a father, a boyfriend, a husband, ex-husband. But this is coming up as your challenge. So your challenge may be, continuing a relationship with this person. So for a lot of you, this will be somebody that you can't just kind of burn a bridge. So this may be a family member. And Pisces, you've had a lot of family stuff coming up all year. So what I'm seeing, though, is that maybe we're heading towards the end of this. Maybe we're going to get towards the end of this. I think the final eclipses in this series dealing with these same issues is in spring of next year. So you're almost there. I do think the worst has already happened. So that's good. So that's good. I think this is more of a coming to terms. And, in November, you may just be... your challenge may be just seeing a future for this relationship, no matter what kind of relationship it is. Maybe you don't see how you can go on from here. Because, you'll never see this person in the same way again. So someone's wounded you very deeply, Pisces, and I'm sorry to see that, but, what I am seeing is that you're trying to come to terms with it. You're trying to find your way to forgiveness, but you realize that it's going to take time. And same thing, if this person contacts you, it's going to be a gradual thing. It's not going to happen overnight. Maybe somebody's pushing you to kind of, you know, we have to make this better now. And you're like, well, you know what? I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to deal with you right now. I can't talk about this right now because it's still the wound is still too fresh. I still get too upset about it. So yeah, and Pisces, you're all going to have to go again with your intuition, with your comfort level about where this relationship is. Don't let anybody push you into having a conversation you're not ready for, or push you into doing something you don't want to do, being around someone you don't want to be around, because that's all going to be for naught. It's all going to be for naught. For some of you, you may be dealing with somebody who has, with this rune reversed, that can normally also show someone who has either an addiction issue or some mental health issues that are not being properly treated. So, I mean, and Pisces, some of you may be dealing with this. And, you know, maybe your challenge is to kind of either kick that addiction, you know, or get help for whatever this problem is so that you can be more balanced. Because again, anything that you set your mind to in November, you can accomplish as long as you put a lot of effort into it, Pisces. So yeah, that another way that this can work is that maybe there's a project that you've been working on, and you know, maybe your faith in that has been dented a little bit. You know, maybe let's say you're a musician, you played a song for someone and they were like, oh, that's not a good song. Or, you know, you were really off key when you sang that or something. And you are just really wounded by that. So the thing is, don't give up on whatever this is, Pisces. And you know, definitely get more than one opinion on things. Some people are just negative all the time about everything. Some people are just jealous. You know, whatever this person says hurts you. And I feel like it's an intentional hurt in most cases, Pisces. So, yeah, don't give up on whatever this project is. You may have to go back to the drawing board and tweak it. You may need to find a new way. Whatever this is, though, I feel like it's a long-term thing, Pisces. Maybe you're starting your own business. Or, you know, again, maybe it's a music piece. Maybe it's a painting. Maybe it's, you know, a book. Whatever it is that you're working on in November, you know, it may need to be tweaked and things like that, but that doesn't mean you should give up. Because what I'm seeing with this rune is that whatever goal you have, you can achieve it. But it's not going to be overnight. This is long-term. This is a long-term goal. It's going to take time to manifest. But it also has the potential to support you long-term financially, or maybe this is a job that you'll be doing for the rest of your life. If it's a dream job that you're kind of going after in November. Yeah, whatever this is, it's going to take a long time, but it's going to be worth it in the end, Pisces. So your challenge is to not lose hope in that. Don't lose hope in moving forward with your goals. If it's not a relationship challenge that you're dealing with. It can also be just kind of your faith in yourself and your abilities regarding a project. Those of you who have had difficulty as far as finances, I feel like November, that's going to be behind you. You know, so if that's been a problem for you, if you've been having trouble making ends meet, you know, and it may be connected to this job. So I do feel like for most of you, you will find out you have a new job before the end of November. You know, you may not be bringing in the money right away, but you will be heading in that direction. You'll have a set date, or know that you've got the job, or know when you're starting. Some of you may be moving in November. You may be leaving behind. Some of you may be moving out of your parents' house and getting your own place. Some of you may be leaving a family member behind. Going back to this, you may just be like, you are a troublemaker and I can't have anything to do with you. Some of you may be moving out of a home that you shared with a roommate who was like that. And this is for some of you, this is a feminine energy. So this is a female friend, or a female member of the family, or an extended member of the family. It could be an in-law, cousin. Doesn't have to be your immediate family, but you could just be like, I can't deal with this person anymore. This person's too manipulative and negative, and I don't have time for this. You're really not going to have any patience for any petty drama distracting you from your goal in November, Pisces. I feel like you're very focused on yourself in November and your goals, and you're tired of everybody else's drama taking you away from your stuff. And it's never for a good reason. It's kind of like, nothing ever gets solved. Nothing ever gets solved. So it's like, oh, you want to waste more of my time to solve nothing. I'm trying to make money here. I'm focused on that. So some of you may be leaving a job, closing up a business, starting a new one. You may be leaving behind a former way of making money. And while it may have been, a pretty profitable, situation, if it wasn't right for you, you'll leave it behind. And that may also be where this feeling vulnerable comes in. Maybe you're questioning that decision. But from what I'm seeing, again, this is gonna, there's no cause for that. There really isn't. You are going to be set up in the coming months with whatever this is that you're attacking, whatever goal this is that you're going after. Help that's going to be available to you here is that I feel like there may be delays around things. This delay getting this going is helping you build a stronger foundation in some way. Or if it's a delay starting a job, it's so you can take a break. If you have two sources of income and there's a delay or a holdup in one, it's to give you time for this other thing. Just know it's working out for the best. It is. It's working out for the best. And what I'm seeing is that, okay, say you are going on a trip and you go to the airport and there's a long delay that you have to wait. Well, I see you getting some serious work done on a project, maybe for work or for something that you it gives you time to answer those emails that have been kind of worrying you, and you can take some time in a cafe in the airport and get that done. Things like that. Delays are working to your benefit. Delays are working to your benefit in November, Pisces. So just keep that in mind. What can't be changed? I think you're going to be spending a lot of money in November, some of you Pisces, but it does seem to be an investment for a lot of you. So this is an investment in a new business. This is an investment in your home. Maybe something breaks at your house and you have to have it fixed, but it is going to increase the value of your home. So say your heat needs to be fixed or replaced, and while it may be very expensive in the moment, it's going to be improving the value of your home in the long run. So you will recoup that money at a later date if you sell your home. Also, you'll have heat for the winter, so I mean there's also the benefit of that. It's already getting cold here, so and definitely got to have that heat working. There are some things that break and we just have to fix them. But yeah, what they're saying is that any investment that you make, even though it may be a lot of money up front in November. Now, if you've checked and made sure that it's background check anybody you're getting involved with and like that, If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But yeah, anything that you invest in, whether it's a new business, a new start, and this doesn't have to be monetarily. Maybe you invest your time, your love, your abilities into something. You're going to reap big rewards for that. And it's taking you down a totally new path for a lot of you Pisces. You're walking through a door that is going to reveal answers to you. That's what they're telling me. The answers lie through the door, but it takes an investment of hard work, time and or money, maybe all of those. But it's like, and if you've watched your yearly overview for 2014, a big theme of that, Pisces, was finding what you are supposed to do as far as your living, your career. This was a wonderful year for that. And for a lot of you, it was going to be the year for that. So yeah, those of you who have not yet done that, we got 2 months left in the year, and I feel like a lot of you will be doing this in November. So that's very exciting stuff, very powerful stuff. For a lot of you, this is going to involve a message from a Queen of Rods person, you know, or somebody with those traits. Queen of Rods is normally a fire sign, so that's going to be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius woman. She's a queen, so she's a mature woman. You know, probably not somebody in her teens or 20s. This is somebody more mature in her 30s or older. Probably late 30s or older. Can be a man as well. She's representing, though, as female for a lot of you. But she is connected to the messages. So this could be somebody getting in touch with you in November about an opportunity, about communications, writing, publishing, somebody who wants your work. Maybe it's this project you were putting stuff into. You send it to this connection you have, and she's like, yeah, I want that. You know, I want to work with you. I want to represent you. I want to, you know, maybe this is an agent or somebody who works for a company that you want to get in with. This could also be some of you taking a trip. Maybe some of you are taking a trip with this woman. Maybe this is your wife, some of you, and you're going on a trip. Maybe this is somebody you see at Thanksgiving. We do have Thanksgiving in November, so maybe this is a family member that you're wanting to see. Maybe it's your mom that you're excited and you haven't seen her in a while, and you know, or a sister, a grandmother. Again, it can be any sort of maternal figure in that case, but for a lot of you, I think this has to do with work and opportunity. And, you know, she's coming up in the upright, which means that's good. And she's holding a sunflower. And the Queen of Rods holding a sunflower, I mean, it symbolizes that she's going to enlighten everything. So again, they were talking about before walking through that door and all the answers are there. Everything that was in shadow will now be revealed. So November, Pisces, you know, if it starts off a little bit, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be tough. It's just going to be, you're going to feel out of sorts, maybe. You know, because I feel like this hurt for most of you, whatever that was, if that's the way this challenge plays out, it seems like that's old, or it seems like that's from a while ago. But yeah, you're coming to terms with that. If it starts out a little rough, a little introverted for you, and you kind of in your mind, and just kind of trying to balance things out, it's going to end on a really positive note. There's going to be a message. There's going to be a trip. Those of you who there are delays around moving, you will be moving, or at least have a closing date by the end of November. I do see that going very well. So those of you who are moving out to get away from a roommate or whoever it was you were living with, that's going to be very positive. Some of you, again, maybe leaving a job behind, or leaving behind a way you were making a living, or making money, leaving behind one income stream to focus on another. And I feel like this person, and she could be a boss as well, you know, but it could be somebody just saying, hey, you got the job, you know, here's your start date. So it's going to end on a positive note, November as Pisces. So try not to be down in the dumps. Some of you may be leaving behind a health problem as well. You may find out that you this person may be a doctor. Maybe she's like, hey, we have an experimental drug we want you to try. You know, we want you to be in this, if you have a chronic health issue, this could work out that way as well. So, and maybe you're feeling under the weather. Maybe that's what your challenge is. Maybe that's how this works for some of you. So yeah, no matter what the challenge is, I feel like by the end of November, Pisces, you've got it figured out. You've got a way forward. And you're willing to work hard for it and try. You're very open-minded about trying different options for whatever your challenge is in November, Pisces. So hang in there. Good luck with that, and I'll see you back here in December.